So the Powerball 700 million. I got 2 tickets. Will it be my 2 tickets to paradise? Yeah. Yeah. 2 tickets to paradise. Pack your bags, we'll leave tonight. Oh yeah. Yeah. People gave me shit about Hillary. Yeah. I kind of got Brian Kobergered back in the day, you know, because I had the childhood trauma. So people thought, girls just thought I was a weirdo, you know, a fucking freak. So I wouldn't get much tail back then. Wouldn't get much ass. So by the time I was in middle school, no girlfriends. Not in 5th grade, not in 6th grade, not in 7th grade, not in 8th grade, not in 9th grade, not in 10th grade, not in 11th grade, not in 12th. So, you know, by the time I was 18, 19, 20, I had no idea what women were, or what to do, or any of that stuff. So I was, you know, kind of a created incel, not a natural incel though. So childhood trauma, sexual abuse. I was a created incel. Not, and I wouldn't naturally be an incel though, if the stuff wouldn't happen. Yeah, probably would have been a poon hound like my friends. Probably would have banged out 4 kids or something and had a job and a career and probably all that stuff. Probably would have had all that normal guy stuff, I guess you could call. But yeah. So there was Hillary. They had some knockout brunette at the IHOP, and she had this Latina friend, probably wishing she was a hot knockout white girl named Vanessa. And yeah, I got Brian Kobergered. You know, when you're an incel, you know the women look at you with evil eyes and they call you names and stuff. That's just what happens. No, I didn't slit a whole bunch of women's throats because they called me names. Now, other guys, they might be different things. You know, I'm not other guys. They might be real sensitive. You know, other guys might have, you know, feelings or something like that. Yeah, they might have those feelings. Yeah, maybe that's other guys, but you know, not me. I'm just like whatever, fuck bitches, and then I move on about my day. Yeah, yeah, maybe it's heartbreaking, you know, with Hillary because Hillary was hot. She was a hot brunette back in her day, and then she used to sit by me and my friends, you know, at the old IHOP and off FM 1960 in Champion's Forest, and her and her hot. She had a hot, you know, Latina girl friend, but she wasn't as hot as like Selena Gomez or Jenna Ortega or anything. She wasn't banging, but Hillary was banging. Hillary was perfect, like a perfect brunette American chick. She was just fucking knockout. I mean, she was the one, right? Yeah. She was the real estate. She was the hot property. She was the tits. She was the 10, the dime piece. You know, she was all that. And so, like alpha males attract betas, alpha females they attract beta females that want to be like them. You know, that want to fall into their orbit. And so, yeah. So I was called the serial rapist by Vanessa. She goes, "Oh, look, it's that serial rapist." When they saw me, I've never raped anybody. I've never serially raped women, so they just called me the serial rapist. I guess it was their funny joke. Yeah. I guess that's what they call it. They used to call incels serial rapists, and that the women would have a laugh. I guess. You know, look, it's the serial rapist. Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't a serial rapist, obviously. So I never inserted my penis into a woman's butthole or mouth or vagina without their consent. All right, so just saying. Yeah. Some guys, they might go Ted Bundy, though. They might become serial killers if women start calling them that, when they're a young age, especially. So, they might go bashing girls' heads in. They might start stabbing people like in Idaho. I mean, it's not me. I'm just saying other people might do that. Because, they're real sensitive. Snowflakes. Hopefully no guy ever showed Vanessa what a real rape feels like. What a real rapist is, I guess. What? Maybe nobody showed Vanessa what real pain feels like? Yeah, probably not. She's probably a hoity-toity bitch in the fucking suburbs, right? With 3 kids, and she's still a bit fucking miserable, probably. She was never as hot as Hillary, right? Hillary got the doctor, and she got the blue-collar guy or something. She has 4 kids. She's miserable. And she lives probably somewhere. She probably lives down the road, basically. Yeah. No, maybe she moved to another city. I don't know what happened to fucking Vanessa. But, yeah. Probably some kind of mediocre shit. Some kind of boring life, probably. Yeah. So I'm making the eggies. I just got to make them to get cooled off. Okay, Tula? I love you. Okay. Let me get $4. Okay. Hey, yeah, we got to get the goodies. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I didn't really feel good about being called a serial rapist, and then everybody, when they remembered the hot girl Hillary in the IHOP, they were like, I was like, man, why didn't you ask her out? Man, she was so hot. Man, you missed out, dude. Man, you fucking blew it. Everybody thought that since I was young and I was around her age that I had a shot at Hillary, that I was going to just magically hit that ass. I mean, maybe I could have got a date or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I never tried. I guess I was intimidated by her beauty. That's a sign of childhood trauma, which is childhood sexual abuse. Trauma is intimidated by female beauty. Yeah, that's the main architecture of an incel. Yeah, that's the main behavioral mode. It's like intimidated by the looks of other women. Yeah, that's the main essence of it. Yeah. But it's not classic Norman Bates, structure. It's not like, it doesn't make that the men are psychos. It's just they're afraid to approach women because they're really hot, right? It's not that even the men are afraid of rejection. They're afraid of women themselves, right? Because of what happened to them when they were a child. So that's a psychological problem, in essence, what it boils down to. But, that becomes a life problem as well. So... It doesn't mean that all the involuntary celibates go on killing sprees and start killing everyone, but some do, obviously. Some people like me just say, fuck it, I don't care anymore. And they just say, you know what, I don't give a shit about the American dream or the American family or the reproductive rate or the fucking debt. I don't give a fuck. We're already saddled with this shit, neck ass, shit deep. So I don't give a fuck anymore. That's also a play. Like, I don't give a shit. Yeah. It's not really surrender. It's just, I don't give a fucking damn. It's like Clark Gable and Gone with the Wind. It's all that I don't give a fucking damn. That's what it is. There's other ways a man can find peace besides a fucking woman and 3 kids. And So that's the essence of MGTOW, men going their own way, is like men who are not successful at getting bush. They just say eventually, after, I don't know, 10, 20 years of rejection, they're just like, well, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'm not even going to try. And that doesn't mean if we see an attractive woman that wants to get down, that we're not going to get fucking down. It just means we're not actively, desperately seeking Susan. We're not giving a shit anymore about getting that girl the good date. We don't give a shit about what she thinks. We don't give a shit about getting her the teddy bear or the concert ticket or the ring. We don't give a shit anymore, is what I'm saying. Jumping through hoops to get some fucking poontang anymore. See what I'm saying? We're not going to be good doggies so we can get the treat. All right, it's not going to work that way anymore. So that paradigm is gone. Yeah. Probably women killed it, but men helped kill it too. So they're not entirely blameless, but okay, we're coming. All right. Women probably killed dating and relationships and reproduction through the 666 rule. 6 feet, 6 figures, 6-inch dick. That killed the reproduction. First of all. All right. 90% of women chasing the 10% top elite men. That killed it. That absolutely started the reproductive decline. Women are responsible for that, not men. I can't have a fucking baby without a woman. This is not Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger and fucking Junior. Men can't get pregnant. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Y'all ready? Okay. So I don't blame the gate stormers. I blame the gatekeepers. So because they keep the gate, they're the ones who own it. So feminists, single women, they're the cat ladies. They're all to blame for all this shit. Okay, the incels, that's part of it. But you know, guys that are just playing Mario and jacking off all day. Obviously, that's part of it too. But I don't think that. I think the incel is the reaction to the femcells. Grab the egg, yeah. Grab the egg. Y'all ready? We're good. Yeah. Oh. Okay, there you go. Ooh, that little. Yeah. Okay. So that little bacon, and yeah. Not the femcel. You know what I mean? Like the feminists created incels, basically. The women chasing the millionaires and the billionaires and the top 10% of guys. Those are the women that killed the human reproduction process. They killed the fertility rate. They killed civilization itself. That's why everything's going to bottom out into this fertility apocalypse that we're about to embark on. Okay, so you get to watch everybody getting older and more decrepit and more pathetic, and then there's nobody to replace those. Okay, so we get to watch our parents and grandparents die and wither away, but there's no reproduction to replace them. It's not that nobody wants to fuck. Okay, it's not a lack of fuck. Everybody wants to fuck. All right, just not everybody can afford it. You got to do the economic problem too, which is nobody can afford to live anymore. So that's an affordability crisis. It's not just in the United States of America, it's all around the world. Yeah. Okay. You got it, huh? All right, Tula. Okay, y'all had it? All right. Well, let you free then. Oh. Hey. Yeah. So in China, there's a youth movement called Let It Rot because the youth is angry at the Chinese Communist Party, at their own government. So they came up with this idea, the youth, since they couldn't find jobs and they had no future, they decided let it rot. They're just going to gut the Chinese Communist Party and Mao Zedong. They're just going to gut them from the inside out by not having children, by not giving a fuck. It's called Let It Rot in China. It's the youth movement. It's called Let It Rot. Yeah. So it's not the healthiest of generational transitions, all right? It just isn't. The future doesn't look as bright as a northern star. It really doesn't. So, especially with the population apocalypse, so people are getting older, but there's not enough workers and youth to replace them. I blame the women. I mean, I know that the men are at fault too, but the women are the gatekeepers. They make the babies, right? So obviously they decide who they have sex with, and the sex creates the new children, right? I'm not saying women should just go for unemployed losers that just smoke crack all day or whatever, but having a car and a job doesn't go as far to getting that pussy as our grandparents did, right? Or great-grandparents. Yeah. Used to, back in the day, you had a job and a car. It was like George Carlin. You got a job and a car, you're going to get some pussy. It was that. Whoop. Today, you can't afford shit. You have a job and a car, women go, that's not impressive. You're not a millionaire. Get the fuck out of here. All right. So the men are showing up for the poontang, but they just ain't getting it because they're getting rejected. They're getting turned into the friend zone or in the incel zone or whatever. They're not getting the bush and the tates. They're getting inceled. So they're like, hey, I got a job, I got a car. And the women are like, I don't give a shit. You're not a millionaire. Bye. You're not getting this ass. All right. So some guys are just bewildered. They're like, I can't figure this out. This is baffling. Wait, I have a job, a car. I got me a technical certificate from the college. Women should be all over my ass. What's wrong? Da, da, da. Yeah. It must be the money, like that old song. Must be the money. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that's what it is. Because women increasingly in uncertain economic times are going to pick the rich guys because they can buy houses, they can buy cars, they can buy futures, they can provide for children, etc. All the while, the Democrats, the political class in this country, have sold us out for the last 20 to 40 fucking years, raiding the coffers like the ancient Roman Empire, which caused its fall. And they're just getting out like gangbusters with the insider Wall Street trading deals, their illegal, corrupt business practices like Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, and all these other nursing home residents of, or former nursing home residents of the United States government. So they're getting out with their mansions and their yachts while they raid and try to steal every fucking thing that every American worker's got before they end. So that's what the elder generation did in the political class of this country. Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden, same shit. Yeah. Some guys react to this, they go on murder sprees. Some guys just take it up the ass and say, well, that's just the way things are. Yeah. Well, some guys say, you know, I enjoy my freedom, even though I'm an incel, and I get no bush or no trim. And then some guys, you know, they go Brian Koberger, and then they get butt fucked up the ass in the pen. You know, some guys have different reactions to this situation. Socioeconomic, the Great Recession, the Great Plague, the great economic downturns, the Biden inflation. Other guys have different reactions to this shit. I'm not other guys. I don't take it up the ass, but I don't want to spend my life in a pen where some guy's trying to butt fuck me up the butt. So. You know, got a sensitive butthole, if you will. So have a sensitive anus. So I need all that penitentiary pain up my butt crack. So. Up the poop chute. Well, they say my friend was leaving Harvard, and probably what happens is the guys who go to Harvard and Yale and the Ivy League schools that can afford it, probably the bitches, the hot bitches that go there, like, oh, this guy's gonna be fucking a hit. And they try to latch, you know, they try to fuck Mark Zuckerberg or whoever's going there. They think, oh man, this guy's gonna be a big shot, and so those guys get easy tang because it's like easy tang instead of easy tag, it's easy tang. Okay. So Eric's probably walking out of Harvard bar or some kind of restaurant with a hot chick, and he told me the story that a guy drove by and said, hit her in the pooper. hit her in the pooper. I thought, man, did he hit her in the pooper? I don't know if he got to the pooper stage. Maybe he got to the vagina. Maybe he got. I know if he got on the butthole. He went that deep. I didn't ask him. It's not something I ask a guy. It's like, well, did you get some anus? Did you eat some ass? I don't usually ask guys that stuff. You know, that's kind of a personal question. Hey, Eric, since you went to Harvard, did you get to stick your wiener up girls' poopers very often? Just wondering how much poop shoot action you got. How much anal, you know what I mean? Well, is that Aaron Sorkin movie, The Social Network, is that really true? Like Mark Zuckerberg's and, Harvard and the bitches are just like, you're going to be a big shot. Ah. They're all getting naked like the Asian girl, Where all the girls like, oh, you're going to be a rich man. Ah. They're all like stripping and shit. I don't know. Maybe it was like that. I wasn't there. Maybe some people that were there can tell me. Maybe I could watch the movie Social Network and get a little, history lesson. What happened? Ooh. All right. Some of this bacon. Then I've never actually watched The Social Network because I hate Mark Zuckerberg. Mark of the Beast, Zuckerfuck. So I might actually watch it though. It's interesting. It's kind of depressing watching a movie about a guy who wants ultimate power and control, and then he just fucks over everybody, all his fucking friends, and fucks over everybody just to get power and control and money, like Bill Gates, the hell, and Mark of the Beast, Zuckerberg. You sold your souls for nothing. Just to become the king of the world. A temporary world that isn't going to last. And man, isn't that the sad part, that these guys betrayed their friends, betrayed their families, betrayed America, all for ultimate control and power and money. But in the end, it won't fucking matter. They won't matter. It's not going to matter when they get sent to hell and they meet the big chief. It's not going to matter for them. I guess that's the sad part. The tragic part. What breakfast is that? Let's have a sensational Saturday. Oh yeah, the butt cheeks thing, that was just a joke. I didn't show my butt cheeks, obviously. As nudity will get you canceled, So, but writing a song about butt cheeks is not illegal. However. Yeah. The genius of my butt cheeks is it's just genius to write a song My Butt Cheeks. It's just stellar. Let's do it. Bam. This would be a good brunch, baby. All right. People probably think I'm playing the Powerball for the money. I guess that's part of it, but that's not really the point. I know this might horrify some people out there, but I do stuff for the challenge. I don't do stuff for the money. Yeah. That's my principal character. That could be a flaw. I don't really do stuff for money. I do it because it's intellectually challenging to me. Yeah, or physically challenging or whatever. So I do things because they're a challenge, not for any reward. Because it's a fun time to have a challenge. So the goal itself, the challenge itself, is beyond the reward itself. Taking Tiger Mountain by strategy. Now that's the real deal. It's more valuable than any gold, any pussy, any money, any fake fiat currency, any bank account with a digital bunch of numbers on it. That's worth more to me than any of that. Because this goal is one we are unwilling to postpone. Because this goal will test the best of our energy and skills. Because that challenge we choose to go to the moon. Yeah, the JFK speech at Rice. We do these things not because they're easy, but because they are hard. That goal is one we are willing to accept and that we are unwilling to postpone. No, the money means paying off bills, buying stuff, and that's cool. But that's not what really the challenge is. That's not what really it's all about. It's really about going where other people have not gone before. It's about blazing a trail. It's about forging a path to a future for mankind. That's what motivates me. The principal goal is that. The primary objective is that. And everything in lieu of that goal, of that challenge, of that mission is only anything that gets in the way of that mission, that goal, that trajectory is just an obstacle, whether it be people, a person, or something other difficult in the any kind of obstacle in the way is just there's obstacles to completing the mission, and the mission will be complete.